Hey, greeting and welcome to a captivating session of Technical Talk with Brajesh. I'm Brajesh, and in this session, we are going to talk about WatsonX Generative AI. But before we jump into the WatsonX and Generative AI, we just see what is AI and what is Generative AI. So, what is AI basically? The traditional AI can analyze the data and tell you what is already available in the data. Okay, but generative AI can use the same data and create something entirely new. So traditional AI basically rely on rule based approach where explicit instruction and predefined rule are programmed to enable the system to perform the task. These rules are designed by the human expert based on the understanding and problem domain. On the other hand, generative AI basically enable user to quickly generate a new content based on the variety of input and output to those model can include image, text, sound, animation, maybe 3D and other type of data. And that is generated based on the pattern. And how does basically generative AI work? So generative AI model use neural network to identify the pattern structure with the existing data and generate a new and original data. We can understand, let's say we have a small kid and we trying to teach that kid something. Okay, so what happened here when we're trying to teach kids something, maybe he don't understand, then what we do, we change the approach and we again try to do. If still he doesn't understand, then again we change the approach. So in that way we need to see what approach is best fit to explain the things to the child. And apart from that, what happens whenever we are teaching child for something, he also understand your pattern, right? How you speak, what is your pattern, what you're talking about. So he captured those words and understand. And based on that, when tomorrow we talk something else with the kids, still he understand like how it work and what you want to say, what you want to convey the message to the children. So he understand your pattern, the way you explain. So all these things he capture and generate a new content, generate the new things. So this is the way how generative AI work. So basically here, when talking about the artificial intelligence, we have a three type of artificial intelligence here. You can see here. The first one is ANI, is artificial narrow intelligence. AGI, that is artificial general intelligence. And the third one is artificial super intelligence. We are not going to cover these in this session. We'll discuss these in detail maybe some other session, but this is the type of the AI what we have. And in this session, we are trying to cover up Watson X and Watson Assistant. And we're also trying to showcase you with a demo, right? How you can, uh, interact Watson X with Watson Assistant and how you can do the communication and how you can create the chatbot for that. So Watson X basically is our enterprise ready AI and data platform that is designed for your business. Enterprise ready basically because this is completely private. So that's what we are talking about. Watson X is enterprise ready AI. Okay, and that Watson X basically provide you a three product. Okay, in these three product, if you can see here, Watson X, we have these three products. One is WatsonX.ai, second one is WatsonX.data, and third one is governance. So WatsonX.ai basically is provide a studio for the new foundation model, generative AI and machine learning, where you can train. you can validate, you can fine tune your data, and you can deploy your foundation and machine learning model in an easy way. WatsonX.data basically best fit for the purpose for storing the information for analytics purpose and build on a open lakehouse architecture. WatsonX.governance is a toolkit that accelerate AI workflow that are built with responsibility, transparency, and explainability. And that is the beauty of WatsonX, why we need to adopt WatsonX in your business. But the next question is again, why WatsonX? Okay, that is fine. We have these three products, but why we need to use it? The answer is because WatsonX is open, as you can see here. WatsonX is based on open technology available and provide a model, variety of model to cover your enterprise use case and compliance requirement. So for example, you have belongs from financial industry, banking industry, e-commerce based application, or any other. So based on that, WatsonX will provide you a variety of models, so you can use those model based on your business, based on your use case. The second is trusted. WatsonX is transparent, responsible, and governed. An IBM model are pre-trained on trusted dataset, eliminating legal, regulatory, ethical, and inaccuracy concern here. And third point is targeted. Why targeted? Because WatsonX is designed for enterprise and target as a business domain. So basically, WatsonX provide you a multiple model that is target for particular domain, like financial domain they have model, banking domain they have model, e-commerce based application they have separate model. So that is a targeted model is there, you can easily use it for your business and use case. And fourth is empowering. So WatsonX basically let you go beyond not just an AI user and become an AI value creator. So allowing you to train, fine tune, and deploy and govern the data and AI model you bring to the platform and own completely the value of they created. So that is the reason why we need to adopt WatsonX. Let's a simple example, right? Suppose we want to build a model from the scratch. So building model from the scratch is a very tedious task. We need a more manpower, talent, time, and again we need to work on, testing is there, a lot of securities are there, and we need to train the model, and this is time consuming. So what is the solution? The solution is IBM WatsonX. They provide you a pre-trained model for your business. IBM and Hugging Face recently announced a collaboration on WatsonX. And Hugging Face basically we have hundred of thousand pre-trained model. You can easily download, you can discover, you can test those model based on your business use case and use it in your project. And if you can see here, this is a Hugging Face portal is there, and you can see we have almost like 315k model are available right now. So based on your use case, for example, my use case is text to image, image to text, text to video, and all. So whenever you choose anyone, so you can see these are the model are available for that. You can easily download this model. You can integrate with your application, whatever language you are going to use it, just use it. Use this model. This is the pre-trained model basically. You can use it and work well with you. You don't need to create a model from the scratch because a lot of model is already built in. And what's the next basically will be available in cloud, in the cloud and on premises. And that is the excellent news for the customer who cannot use the cloud because of strict compliance rules, or more comfortable working with their confidential data on their infrastructure. They don't want to deploy their confidential data on the cloud just because of some sake of security and all. Yes, what's the next AI will serve you for that. And in addition, IBM is also developed its own collection of LLM. that is language large language model, and will work with their team open source and make it easily available in the Hugging Face hub. If you see here in WatsonX.ai, you can easily, if you wanted to try this WatsonX.ai, yes, you can click on this, start your free trial, and you can log in. You can just sign up and you can log in. So once you log in, you can see this kind of portal here. Okay, so this WatsonX.ai, that as I mentioned here, we can train, validate, tune, and deploy your AI model. Okay, and here you can see whenever you want to create, you just create a new project from here. Okay, just put the name, description, and if is there any storage is using, otherwise by default storage is there, and you can create the project. So the project is already created. So for example, I have already created a couple of projects here, so I'm going to open one of them here. Okay, so this is the way how you can see here. The next step is you can click on the new task. When you click on the new task, you can see few things here, like prepare data. So there one option is there. If you have data stored in some database, some databases there in maybe cloud, on-prem, and all, you can use this prepare data and you can connect with your data source. And here you can see a lot of variety of data source are there, like single store db, sapo data, the teradata, mongodb, sql server, and all lot of informations are there. You can select and you can connect, you can do the connection between that. Okay, and also you have services is there, suppose for example azure services there, ibm cloud services there, what you can use that as well. And if you don't want to interact with any database and you want to store all the information in your side, yes, you can do this one here. Okay, you can import asset. You can see here data in the project. You can drag and drop csv file, pdf file, and all. You can drag and drop here and you can use it. Okay, and here you can see when I click on this new task, instead of prepare data, the second one is work with model. And here you can see a lot of options are there. And in this session, we are more focused on prompt lab. So prompt lab basically is a platform for you, that is kind of, you can say it's a playground for you, where user can put data, user can paste data and play with those data and work accordingly, and we can see what model is best suitable for your use case, what you can see here. Okay, so when you click on here, you can create a prompt lab. I already created this lab here. And in this lab, you can see we have two options, structure and free form. So free form basically is complete text you can dump in one place. In a structured, what happened, you can give some instruction, right? So here I just update couple of information, couple of question answer here. You can say almost I have you know 23 question answer here, what I already mentioned. Okay, and after the instruction, you can see the example here, right? This example is nothing, basically in example we are trained our model, and we are using right now, you can see here in the model section drop down, we are using this flan ul2 20b model. So 20b is basically indicating for 20 billion model here. Okay, so right now, so here from where you can select the foundation models. Right now you can see we have 6 foundation model are available right now here. You can choose any foundation model based on your need. You can try with your data and you can see which model is best suitable for your use case and you can use it. So I'm using the first model is flan ul20b. So this 20b is basically nothing, it's indicating like how many 20 billion is the consumer kind of things are there who can use it, right? So model by google, you can see the big code is there. This is model by ibm, this is model by google and all. So we are going to use this model here. This example, as I mentioned here, where you can give some input and we are telling the output. Okay, we said, okay, if this is the input, if this kind of questions is there, so expected output should be like this. So this is the way how you can train your model with couple of question and answer. Okay, once you train with your input and output, your model understand okay how to answer it, because otherwise he don't know, right, how to answer it. So but in this way he know how to answer it. Now you can see here in this section of V code, here you can see the curl command is here. Here you can see the URL are there and which model ID is there and how you can interact with this one, right? So that what we can use it. So if you are building anything's right in Python and all, we can use this way, and how you can interact with your WatsonX, that you can get details from here. You can copy paste this one, and then after that you can use your, your logic is there, and you can interact with WatsonX. And here a couple of model parameters are there, what you are passing it basically, like repetition penalties are there. You can use one or two, so that is basically nothing, it's just telling okay, like how the, the data is repeating. So that what we can use it here. Minimum token, maximum tokens are there, so you can say minimum token is 0, maximum token 100 token is basically, we have some limitation, right? Whenever you ask the question, so how much data you will get back. So that is the token basically. It's not like you are asking the question and you'll get thousand of line of response. Is it not like that? You can restrict that one. So this is the one how you can see. Okay. Now, if you can see here, I already gave instruction where all the data I dumped it. Here I gave, some question and answer, so that model is trained. Now you can see we can try from here. Okay, so this is the try area. So this section we just ask some question and we'll see what is the output. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, suppose one question is there, right? How to open new account, how to open new account, and we can say generate. Now see, the WatsonX basically communicate with your data what you dump here, and he check, okay, whenever you ask question how to open account, here the question is how do I open a new bank account, but you ask question how to open account. Okay, so this is the answer what you will get here. You can see, to see the open account you can visit nearest branch and all, something like that. Now we can ask one more question is there, right? You can say how can I set up online banking and generate. So this is the way how you can see, you can ask question and you can see the answer, what answer we are getting back, and how accurate this answer is. And based on that we know, okay, which model is best suitable for your requirement. Okay, and then we choose that model and we can proceed with that. If suppose for example in any scenario, right, you feel like okay, this model we are getting some response, okay, we just change the model. Okay, I'm just going to change the model from this to this or this, and then again the same question is there, and you can see now what is the output. And and then you can compare what the best suitable for you. And if you feel okay, this is the best suitable, okay, that is the model what you are going to use it. So now for example in our case we say this model is the best suitable for my use case, for my customer services scenario. We are proceeding with that one. Okay, so you can save this one, you can save your work here. Okay, so that is already saved. So when you save the data you can see here whatever, and there are a couple of scenarios you can see here, the sample prompt. There are a lot of other scenarios are there, you can play with those scenario, question answer, code generation is there, making marketing email generation and all, so that you can play, with other data as well. And this is our data, and you can play some more data is there. So this is the way how you can, play here in WatsonX, and you can, this is the playground basically for you for the prompts. So that was prompt lab here. Okay, so now you can copy these things here, the curl command and all, you can copy it here, and you can see the model what we are using, the model ID is Google Flan ul2, that what we are using it here. Okay, now it's time to use this WatsonX with Watson Assistant. So let's open the Watson Assistant here. So whenever you are opening the Watson Assistant, you can see something like that. Okay, some home pages there, and now here you can see your project. So you can create your new project. So it's already there. So I'm just using mine here. And here, if you see action, preview, publish, environment, and integration, all things are there. So these are the options what you can see here. Now you have Watson X, where you already play with some data, you already checked what model is suitable for your scenario. Now it's time to integrate Watson X with Watson X, Watson Assistant with Watson X. So you can click here in integration. When you click here in integration, you can little bit go down. You can see the extension here. So here, by default, you can see only two options, search and segment. Okay, and rest option is not visible. So what you need to do, you can say build your custom extension. So when you click on build your custom extension, you can see this screen. You can go next. You can write some extension name. For example, you say Gen AI 5 and all. Okay, you can give some description if you want. Go next. Now here you need to import your OpenAI or drag and drop your OpenAI here. Okay, so I already have some sample here. You can just drag and drop file here. This is a JSON file, and how it look like I'll show you here. So this is the OpenAI documentation you can see here in the screen. Okay, where we have a, like OpenAI version is there, information is there, server is there, where we are going to interact. You can see the component and all, API key. So these are the information what you can see here. If you go a little bit down, here is the path where the generation text, generation version and all we can see here. And if you go a little bit down here, we again have like model ID. You can see the model ID is there, what we can use, that is example. So but model ID type is a string, and this is the example like how we need to pass it. So these are the input parameter, these are the parameter basically what we need to pass whenever we're trying to interact with these Watson X services. And if you are using any your custom APIs are there, then again you just need to provide that custom API. You just just create OpenAI documentation for the same API and use it the same way how we are showing here. So once you're done, you can click on next, and here you can see all OAuth is there, everything is here. Now you can finish it. Now you can see this is the way how you can see here. Now you click on add. Okay, and then click on the next. See, we can say authentication, you can say OAuth 2, and here you have a custom API key, and you need to provide this one and send as a body, because we are going to send API and all is in a body. And we can say next, and we can say finish, and it's done. Now you can see like this way. So we already have actually the generative AI we already created before this one, what we are going to use it here. So that is the way how you can you know communicate Watson X, how you can integrate basically Watson X with Watson Assistant. So this is the way. So integration part is done here. Now here you can click on the action. I already created action here, but here you can see created by you. So because we are going to create action here, and this is the variable, because sometime whenever we are creating the chatbot and all, right, so a lot of variable, a lot of properties are there what we need every time, multiple times. So we can create the variable here. So you can see here I already create the variable is like that, like model ID, project ID, and version. We just create like this, and if you want to create a new variable, you can create a new variable here. So this is the way how you can create variable and all. Okay, now click on here. Okay, so just give me a second. And correct project right now. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, and go to action. So this is the way you can see here. We have like maximum token, model ID, project ID, prompt data, input, user input, version and all. So these are the parameter what we created, and we also created Watson output is there, because whenever you connect with the Watson X, okay, we pass the input, definitely we'll get some response from back. Okay, once you get the response, where you need to capture and store those response, that is Watson output. So this is the place, this is the variable where we are storing the output data. Okay, now you can see here, you can create the action from here, but I already created action, so this is the way how you create action here. Okay, so customer start with, and here you can put some values are there, for example, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello, hi, anything, right? Hello kind of. So these are the way. So whenever customers start conversation, then your chatbot initialized at that point of time. And you can see the first step is, so whenever the customer says hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, anything, then from the chatbot you're asking the assistant, this is the complete assistant, right? And it look like a human. Okay, they're asking, okay, what service you are looking for, and here the options are there, you are created option. If you want to add more option, you can add more option, you can delete option, you don't give option, that is also fine, it's up to you. But here we are giving some options like account services, debit card services, credit card services, or loan services. And based on the user interest, we are going to next step. And next step you can see here is taken with condition or without condition, we have two options. So without condition, we're just going forward to next step. With condition, we are saying, okay, if any of is true, right? If use from the first step, you can see the first step. From the first step, if users select any of the values, right? Account services or something, we go to the next step. And in the next step, user asks, are you a proper XYZ bank account holder? Again, yes or no, and that you can use it, you can change your response from here, right? You can see when you click on here, you have multiple response, right? Rejects is there, numbers, date and all, you can use it. So based on your requirement you can use it. So these are the options from where you can choose the response. So you can say yes and no. Third step, when users say no, I'm not a bank account holder, what is the next step? Next step, if users say no, you can say, okay, please connect with the help desk or email, some email IDs there, because you want to, close your conversation. You can do this one. If users say yes and account service, user says yes, he is a account holder, but he choose the first service like account services. Okay, then you can say thanks for the confirmation and we go to the next. If users say, if he choose a debit card services or credit card services, so in these services, these are optional, right? So this choose or user choose this option or credit card option. Based on that, we have a next option is like that, he jumped directly here, and we can say how may I assist you. This section user again, can see extension fully configured. Okay, user can here use the extension, and here you can say use the extension here, extension not fully configured, edit extension. Here you can say version 2. Okay, so this is the way how you can say the extension is there, use the extension. So whenever in which step we want to communicate with the Watson X, okay, you can use, we go here, you can use the extension. If you don't want to interact with WatsonX, you can say end action or connect to agent. When you say connect to agent, you have more option, I will show you here. So for example, when you say connect to agent, then you can say live agent is there, and you can select integration, right? So what agent is there, so a couple of agents are there, that what we need to configure it, and you can use it. But in this step, basically I want to interact with the extension, right? Because I want to interact with the Watson X. So here you can say the gen AI is there, and these are the parameter what we need to pass it. First is input expression, so basically the question is there, model ID is there, the project ID is there, max token is there, and version is there. So that already we created the variable. And here you can see the edit extension. So here you can see how this there, model ID is there. You can see model ID, you can see all this drop down. So if you can see expression is there, action step is there, session variable are there, or assistant variables is there. So when user click on assistant variable, you can use it. You can session variable, you can use whatever session variable we are going to use it. So and you can choose that one. Okay, and here you can see the prompt data is there and append. So this is the way how you can see the prompt data, append, and this is the step how you can do the input. So because input we are getting from the prompt data. Okay, next step is the same, right? We get the answer. So from here, when we connect with the extension, what happened in the 10th step, if you can see, if run successfully means if you successfully interact with the WatsonX and you get the response, right? So it's true. So when we get the response, whatever response is there, you can see the body result, you can see here. Just give me a second. You can see here whatever the body dot result, you can use the same way exactly. You don't need to change anything. You can say body dot result and generated text. So this is the way how you get the result from the body and append to a Watson output. And then whatever outputs are there, you can here. So this is the variable, whatever variable you set it, and you can put this variable here. And then you can say, and whatever you want to put some text, you can put it here. So this is the way how you can, how your Watson assistant basically interact with WatsonX, and how you can get the response back and you can use it here in your assistant. Now it's time to see how it works. So either you can click on this preview. Okay, this is the preview what you can use it, and there is another way we can use it here. You can click on preview here, and this is the way how your, this is the like layout is there, how it look like your application. And this is the chatbot is there where you can interact with this Watson bot. You can also here, if you can see here publish, you can publish the same thing here, right? So you can publish here. So I already published a couple of version here. So this is the way how you can publish. You can click on publish, you choose the environment and all. So in this case you can publish your boat here, right? And if you can see here in preview, oh sorry, if you can see here in preview, right, you can change the layout and all. So here you can see, you can change the logo what you want to show it here. If you want to remove the watermark, you can do it. Launcher is there, how start, what message you want, that is also customized here. And home page is there. So in home page, what message you want to showcase, that is, so everything is pre-built. You don't need to work on that one. And here you can say, suppose for example you are trying to interact with chatbot, right, and you are asking some question, and still one or two times if you are not getting right answer, it's automatically connect with agents are there. So connect with the agent, and there are a couple of agents are here, right? So you can say security is there, embedded is there. So if suppose you want to use that one, you can use it. But if you want to, in your application, for example you are working on any Angular application, React application, or any any place, you can just copy paste this complete script. Okay, this is the script, or you can copy paste in your HTML page, and it will work exactly the way how you want. So if you can see here, I will showcase you. So this is the way you can create your HTML page. Okay, just copy paste your script. Is it like that? Just copy paste your script, and when you run application, You can see it's look like this one. So this is, I already created chat.html and I just copy paste that script here, and you can see the board is here. Just click here and you can see messages here, and now you can say hello and you can use it. So this is the one what we're building here. Okay, sorry, you just close it here. Here you can see here, this is the one what we build it, right? So now you can ask any question, right? So what, for example, what service you are looking for, and I choose, I'm looking for account services. Then he connect, right? Okay, what is the account holder is there? Yes, we are. Okay, how may I assist you? And now it's time to some ask some questions, right? So we can ask any question. Is it like how do I open new bank account? How do I open new bank account? And now you can see three dots are there. It means this time he's trying to communicate with WatsonX. And once connection is there, establishing is there, you'll get response back from the WatsonX, and you will see here. But due to some reason, actually, it's not, connection is not established here because of my trial account. Maybe it's boss, that's why. So the guy say, okay, sorry for inconvenience cause, please try after few time. But if you get some option, you can see the output here. So whatever result is there, right, whatever you can see here, whatever output you can see here, the same output you can see over there. And further you can communicate with that, and you can ask some other question, then related to loan services, credit card services, something like that. So you can ask multiple question over there in chatbot. So this is the way how the Watson assistant interact with Watson X. And if is there any query related to Watson X or Watson Assistant, or how to communication is there, something is there, you can ping me. I will try to help you out as much as possible. Until then, embrace the joy of learning. Thanks for the watching.